You're listening to DraftKings Network.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
I need legitimate help from our group here on how it is to run our company. Not just this show, the company that is birthing a network with DraftKings, both of us startups in a way. We as a media company, them as a content maker that is banking on us to make everything we're making around here. Building a business that has 44 employees now and is in Miami and New York. And next week, some of us are going to go to Hollywood because Adam McKay wants to do stuff with us that would make us be able to make cool things. But inside of this weird workplace, which was never meant to exist as like a vibrating media business that makes deals LA, New York, and Miami, we have all sorts of daily corporate tensions that are unaccounted for or somebody's not paying attention to because we don't have a normal work environment. Amin's afraid of dogs.
I'm not afraid.
Amin doesn't want a dog here. I don't know what workplace rules are on this stuff, but Amin is less comfortable with dogs than most people, than anyone else here. I think I've got this right.
Other than Samson.
Samson, ran away from Willow once. But I'd like to speak on behalf of my client really quick, Amino Hassan.
Thank you.
My client is not afraid of dogs. Mm-hmm. He has a distrust of dogs he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. Jessica, how has the experience been? I love dogs. I'd like more dogs here if you guys want to bring, but I don't know what the rules about this should be.
The rules are that you can't bring animals to the office. What? It's pretty straightforward. Those are the rules. You want more dogs?
I love dogs. Yeah, I'd love to have more dogs.
Then go do your show at a dog park then.
We should do that.
That's such a good idea.
We
You're
should
an
do
idea
that.
factory, my friend. That is a wonderful idea.
On behalf of my client, she's a good little girl. She's so nice.
Samson running from her is hysterical.
Well, she is.
It was.
She is vicious.
She's not vicious. That's not. No.
Super intimidating dog.
She ripped his pants off.
Oh.
I mean, do you make any distinctions like the old Coppertone ad, the famous Coppertone ad where the half
exactly.
It is
yes.
khaki shorts.
And they look so small in her mouth. Like a Cabbage Patch doll outfit.
Well, this would have been visually perfect if our video crew had been paying attention.
Samson riding the dog?
Yes. Samson, I mean, come on, it's funny. Him running away. This dog, I don't know if you can make these distinctions. I can as someone who loves dogs. That dog must be harmless. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of growling. I don't know if it's ever...
Must be.
Have you seen it fight, Jessica? Does it fight? Bark?
Well, yeah, other than when she ripped the guy's arm off outside of the Elser, she's been really good.
Oh, yeah. In her defense, don't touch without asking.
You know what? Maybe someone should tell her that.
No, it wasn't it wasn't a touch thing. It was the guy actually was talking about like basketball and she didn't like his take. That's what triggers her actually.
Why?
So you just have to be careful about
Oh,
that.
you're in danger.
What am I supposed to do if Amin's afraid of dogs?
Not afraid of dogs.
Again, not afraid.
Thank you.
Well, he's acting.
He
like
has a
he's
healthy
afraid of dogs.
distrust for dogs he doesn't know.
There you go.
Well, we know.
Pick
we
a
know
side,
Willow.
Dan.
Have you tried to get to know Willow at all?
Well,
Or?
it is like, to Amin's point, I love Willow, but like, can everyone bring their animal? Because then we would all of a sudden be like, all right, maybe there's too many animals here, so only these ones can come. So it's just a slippery slope.
Willow's a good girl.
I'm going to say right now, there's someone here, I'm not going to name names, it's someone here who was minding their business, walking from the kitchen back into the studio, and accidentally stepped/kicked the dog by accident. It wasn't on purpose, but like, because no one's worried or should be worried about what's underfoot every time I take a step around here. Oh, is there an animal here? Oh.
Every time somebody takes a step.
Yeah,
But what
somebody,
happened
yes.
after that?
Well, I'm just saying that's just
Nothing?
That's a traumatic
Surely
experience.
this vicious dog would attack you.
Well, I mean, it wasn't me, so I didn't say it was me.
So then what happened? Ask the person what happened
Well,
after.
I'm not going to ask anything because then you guys will know. If I start talking to Dan afterwards,
and then I think that's our
Dan was the
answer.
person who did it. No, I don't need to. I don't need to because I don't need to divulge my sources.
That's true.
That's called journalism.
Maybe every Thursday is pet day, and we all bring in our
How about
pets.
this? You know what?
It is,
Mondays
actually.
and Tuesdays, I'm not here. Have a zoo. Get Ron
Ooh,
McGill
zoo
in here
day.
with the snakes and the eagles and the alligators and everything. You
Stugotz
guys,
hates those, though. He gets too scared. Stugotz,
reptiles.
Stugotz called 911 on a frog.
I think Willow would be scared of a snake. She's never met one though. She's intrigued by slugs.
Oh, so Willow's got things that
I don't wanna
she
make
doesn't
Willow
like being around.
uncomfortable.
Okay, so Willow's
She's
comfort.
most comfortable here on Wednesdays and Thursdays, weeks that you tend to be here weirdly. I don't know how it works out that way, but that's when she's comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I got a very easy solution to this. I can just not come back to the studio.
Whoa,
I
love
can just
having
do that.
You know, we love having
It's
you.
Willow
here.
or Amin.
Okay, Willow, go sit on the therapy couch with Amin.
Oh,
No, wait.
Go sit on the therapy couch.
I thought you were
with
sending the
Amin.
dog out.
Willow in the penalty box
both
would
of
be
you,
funny.
both of you, but Willow and Amin on the therapy couch, both of them, right now.
Let's get Willow mic'd
I don't
up.
know if my client's ready to
real?
do that right now.
This is real. Yes, we're doing this right now.
Dan, you're putting my client in danger.
I
If
am.
something
No,
goes,
well-
if something happens out there,
Tony,
blood's on your hands.
Tony, yes. Well, wait.
excuse me. Why hasn't he gone up to go to the therapy?
Because I don't want to go to the couch with the
The
dog.
law is the law.
Slow down on liability stuff. This is why I can't run this company correctly. You can't have fun and be corporate. I'm not
This
allowed
isn't fun.
You betrayed the law.
This is neither corporate nor fun. That's what you're doing.
to send you out of the room because you don't belong here and
No.
put you on the couch with the dog.
I will happily leave the room and go to the couch. I don't want to go to the couch with the dog.
I knew you'd say that.
I'd like fearful therapy. I'd like you a distrustful therapy.
I don't think
from
that's
you.
how therapy works.
Yeah, I don't think. No.
I want his real and
That
honest.
thing you're scared
No.
of?
I want his real and honest thoughts at the depths of. This is what therapy's supposed to be, man. It's not supposed to be a joke every
Look
time.
at that. Oh, come on.
It's supposed to be introspective. The
All right,
issue.
she's waiting for you.
Yeah, like,
It's like
ahead.
a normal workplace.
Get over there.
She takes a dump and then wipes her ass
There's not going to be
all
any
on the-
dump. No,
That's a lie.
Come on, I mean,
Conquer
get
that
out
fear.
there, please.
a he.
Jessica's out there.
Is it a he?
Jessica is
No,
waiting
Willow's
for
a
you.
girl.
No, no.
I know. I was just making sure you guys are.
Oh, you're talking about me? Oh, yeah.
You know, you weren't just making sure.
Making sure everyone had it.
Here's the
Good.
problem that I have with sending him to the therapy couch right now. I also need no.
Can you
Get out of
hurry it
here.
up?
Get out of here.
Go!
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yes, go over there. But I also need Jessica in here for something I need to do with video. And Jessica was
She's
telling
animal
me.
training right
I
now.
know.
She's field producing.
Okay, she's field producing in the other room where I have corporate issues because I really don't know what to do about somebody's not afraid of a dog but doesn't want a dog around, and somebody else. I don't know when Dog Day became around here. Who allowed that? That was not something like I'd like to bring my dog. I just hadn't thought to do it.
We'd love to have your dog. Is your dog a good boy?
Do we have? Yes, except when he's not.
Okay.
Except when he's
That's
seven eighths.
Hey, no,
Seven
come on
Get
eighths.
into
now.
dog talk there? Yes.
7/8 a bad boy because he's 7/8 a bad boy. He is. He knows it.
But we only love good boys over here.
Yeah,
Smells
but
awful.
1/8 of him is a good boy though.
If it's a good boy, then a good
Yeah,
boy
but that's the
comes
part that
with
won't come
obvious.
here though. It'll only be 7/8 the bad boy.
No, I
That's
just
what
give
it.
you
That
a
is what it'll be. It is.
Don't bring the cat.
No cats.
No, the cat. Well, I told you guys the other day I got punctured, man. Like trying to break up a fight between a tiny little tabby cat, 13 pounds, and a pit bull. That was bad. That's one of the worst experiences of my life. But I'm glad that Jessica's back because she's got video. She said Taylor found more awkward video from that watch party yesterday, and I have not seen or heard about what this video is either.
Well, this video explains a lot, Dan, which is
We already heard he read the quote. It's just an unnecessary. It's me just being mean to David Sampson.
Chris being mean to David Sampson, not knowing the whole time he was in the YouTube chat trying to get an invite onto the stream. So that is why when
is amazing.
when David came on today, Chris was very sheepish because he realized David heard his mean comment.
Well, Jessica's so much more comfortable with this awkwardness than the rest of you. Like, I don't understand.
Watch the video. I don't think anyone was comfortable with
All
this
right, let's hear
awkwardness.
this video and let's watch it. I'm sorry.
Speaking of David Sampson, you ever just like meet someone in your life and you're like, this is the shadiest person I know?
Let's go, Panthers.
Look at that. Fuentes has a talent.
Like a 4-second silence.
The rest of you didn't
There
jump
was context before that. That was an unfair edit right there.
into context. What do you mean?
We were just talking about shadiness. Like I wouldn't just out of nowhere be like, you know, who the shadiest person I know is. Like it's just there was some pretext to that, but I don't feel good about that. Bad look. Why is Amin just sitting next to the dog? I love how Amin doesn't get
He's
the couch.
scared. I mean, what's
It's
your
the dog's
situation?
couch.
I mean, how do you feel about everything that's happening here? You've got to get on the therapy couch.
She's
You got
such a good girl, too.
Not on that couch.
you got to
Amin's
lay
being a
down.
bad boy.
Where am I going to lay down? The dog is stretching end to end. With hair everywhere, by the way.
What? Wait a minute.
Smelling awful.
Put your hand out, like
She smells good. She got a
an
bad
olive
Do not
branch.
put your hand out.
Give an olive branch.
If anyone else was told that they got a bath this weekend and it's Thursday, we'd all call them gross. But the dog, it's fine.
Ask her for paw, I mean. She'll give you paw.
I'm not trying to get at.
Okay, but you can't do the bit. You can't do the therapy couch.
Shit. It sounds like it was a terrible produced idea, right? To have a dog lay out on the couch and then just send Amin out there to go lay down
You can
next
cuddle,
to
though. That must be a great cuddle.
Ew, no.
How sad she is that you don't want to cuddle.
No, he's not.
It'd be hilarious if she shit on the couch right now.
That's look.
She wouldn't because she's such a good girl.
It's pointed right at me, Chris. I could see right into the
Are
barrel
you?
of the gun.
So, wait, you're afraid of an animal's ass? I mean,
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so that's what this is about.
Well, I mean, it's an unclean animal. Yes, I am not attracted to the idea of being right next to what is very clearly an anus. That's what I'm looking at
Uncovered.
right now.
But you're next to an anus when you're in Stugotz's chair, too.
Yeah, that's
He's got layers on. I'm assuming he's got more than.
She's got layers on.
Not on her
Wearing a
anus.
Batard show shirt.
Nope, her anus is free and clear.
I feel like she knows we're talking about her.
No, she doesn't. That's the
You're
other
hurting
thing.
her
Let's stop.
feelings.
She has no idea.
unlike
Chris.
Samson.
She doesn't understand that this is a studio and these are people who work here with her master.
She's just
Jessica.
like, where's the treat?
Yeah, she's just like, hey, when am I going to eat? She has no idea. Hey, you're stupid. See, doesn't know anything.
Whoa!
It doesn't speak English.
We heard it.
It doesn't speak
no.
English. You look ugly too.
No!
How about
Appalling.
Hey, it's Mike Ryan. I want to talk to you about Miller Lite. What's your favorite place to watch a game? Is it at the stadium, at a sports bar, in your living room with your pals? I'm sure all are great, so long as you have that beautiful white can of ice-cold Miller Lite by your side. At just 96 calories a can, Miller Lite is the only light beer you'll want to celebrate the great game of football with all season long. Whether you're at that stadium, whether you're in that living room, whether you're in that bar, please just make sure Miller Lite is by your side. Crack it open. Crack it open right at kickoff. Time it out. It's amazing. 96 calories. That's right, folks. 3.2 carbs per 12-ounce serving. Smooth taste, crisp, clean finish. You know it. You know it. I tell you every week, you get the taste you crave without the calories. This season, crack open a light beer that hits your taste buds so hard, you feel it in your heart. Make it Miller time all season long. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Visit MillerLite.com/Dan, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan Le Batard.
Common thread was Stugotz chumming it up with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. I met my quarterback.
Yeah, as you know, Stugotz didn't talk to Aaron Rodgers. Nope. Stugotz thought country music superstar Jake Owen was Aaron Rodgers. They had a 20-minute conversation.
Identical twins. I mean, Jesus.
Stugotz.
Listen, I will never have the relationship with Aaron Rodgers that I have with the guy that I thought was Aaron Rodgers.
So the way that
I mean, that is the greatest conversation I've ever had with my quarterback.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
The dog is now upset.
No, it's
No, it's upset. You're upset because you're fighting with Mike during the break. You're saying that you have material, that you want the ball in the post. I've got a dream to give you guys. And Mike was shaking his head. No, I don't want to hear your dreams anymore. They go on too long. They ramble. The audience doesn't find them interesting. And I think they're interesting, but they take up entire segments in the unspooling. And so Mike and Amin were arguing about whether or not the dream that you had was worthy of the show.
Two things. He said, your dreams are too long. I said, this one isn't long. Ask Dan, because I just told Dan the dream. Number one. Number two, I've never said, ooh, I got to tell you guys my dream. I said, it all started with, I write my dreams down. And you guys say, you write your dream down? And I said, yes. Tell us a dream. And then I read what I wrote down.
Look, you're very clearly going to get to the dream this segment, so please spare me the preamble and just get to it.
I don't like your tone.
Well, you f with Willow, you f with me.
Well, now you just give more people work.
This is what happens when you run a company. You get all the problems, the factions, things break apart because you allowed a dog in the building.
Exactly.
Willow's actually editing now, so it's more work for Willow.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
This is
a funny visual with Willow editing.
Amin is upset about a number of different things.
Stay away from my lunch.
About how he doesn't like how we're using him. Oddball, he doesn't feel is
Get away from the lunch.
supported.
Get away.
He doesn't think that Oddball is supported enough by Meadowlark Media. And I don't know that he's wrong. I'm sitting here looking. I've got a whole bunch of video clips from all over the network, tons of them in front of me. I don't have anything from Oddball to promote what he's doing with Charlotte Wilder, which is a show. And if you know this backstory, it's important to me. Amin chose to throw his life in the air and his career in the air, and I'm going to go do something with my life.
What's the dream? Let's go!
The dream is to build something at Meadowlark that people love because Oddball is a sensation.
Infrastructure. Hard to build a company during the pandemic. A plane in the sky. Oddball not on Mondays. What's the dream?
It took us 50 episodes to get Charlotte in a studio, by the way, in New York. 50. That's... You know what?
You guys have done 50 episodes?
Today was episode 51 that we taped.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
The dream?
50 episodes, though. Charlotte in the wild.
We're not going to get the
What's her
dream.
name?
Mike, what we're going to do is look, I'm sorry. This is why Mike's upset. Everyone should know it. He's been wanting to talk Messi for about 3 seconds.
Oh, we get it. He's hurt.
No,
I
for,
don't.
for
how
3
long is he
seconds.
hurt for?
It's
Someone tell me.
I'm not going to talk Messi just because.
What's going on with these two? What's going on with Mike and Amin right now?
It's just everyone's doing their own thing. I'm trying to produce a goddamn show over here,
What's
and
the
no
show?
one's listening.
What's the
no
show?
one's listening.
We'll do it live.
No one's listening. 4 minutes now. Give me the dream.
He's got a good point here. It's been 4
Just
minutes.
give me the dream.
4 minutes and
Let's
nothing.
move on. Give me the dream.
I've been dreaming about WNBA expansion for like 10 years now, and they finally announced a new team in the Bay Area.
You're
about
at
time.
least you're being helpful. Thank you.
Big news.
Just please, someone listen to me.
Hey, is Messi going to play?
Because
again?
this Thursday, the whole attitude where everybody's working for the weekend and just like not listening, trying to do a show here. Like you're going to clips that I said weren't good enough for the show. You're just doing your own thing. Just give me the shitty dream. Let's move on and get to Kyle Brandt.
Team.
Oddball is not good enough for the
Well,
show.
yeah, you want to run that one by me again?
No, it's just everyone's just having fun. Dogs everywhere. Like
Pets' heads are falling off.
I have a debrief after every goddamn segment today. I just want to do the show. Do the dream thing.
All right, so we will get to that in a second.
Oh. I got to explain the Samson dynamic.
I don't want to do the.
He ruined baseball in the market. Clearly. Why doesn't Billy want to talk to him? I don't know. I haven't listened to my own cast members for the last 20 years. Just do the. What's the dream? What was the dream?
I forgot it.
Oh, man. Come on.
I hate when that happens.
Come on.
You have it and then you forget.
Come
write it
on,
down.
give us the Messi. Give it, Mike. You're
Yes, give it.
bothered.
I don't
but-
want to do it. I'll
The
do it
Messi
tomorrow.
dream?
Mike,
do it tomorrow.
no, I don't want to do it tomorrow.
I don't want to do it today. I just want to hear the stream in the worst way.
You're bothered by the way your team is going out this season. You paid season tickets for it. Man, you were around a popular thing, and you're bothered the last 3 segments because you haven't been able to talk about what's going
If you try to force feed this Messi segment, I'm going to talk Michael Penix.
How are your season tickets going for next year? Huh? How's that going?
We'll talk about that
You got a mortgage?
tomorrow.
You got a mortgage out on that yet?
Talk about it tomorrow.
Dan, you made a messy.
I want to talk about Michael Penix. I love him as a quarterback.
Quarter of the time he's throwing a deep ball. It's pretty crazy.
I love him as a quarterback.
Penix with an X, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
It looks like College Game Day is going to be at that Oregon-Washington game next week. I hope they give it that 3:30 window so everyone can see how astonishing this quarterback is. Remember, he was pretty astonishing a couple of years ago. He made Indiana football matter.
That's the only time I've ever paid attention to Indiana football is when that guy
Antoine Randall would like a word. That team was fun.
Oh, that dude was good.
That team was fun.
Fair enough, but I didn't pay attention until I saw this quarterback at Indiana making Indiana play the same football the big schools were playing. Are you excited about the slate this weekend in college football? Because in pro football, I know that everybody wants to chew up now, It seems like all of this is more important than it's ever been.
Look, I know we have this board in the back, so I'm going to do my best. But there was an Andrew Marchand report that kind of sent me that the NFL has been asking networks to run free commercials for a music artist's upcoming movie. What was born out of the Super Bowl halftime offer that was reportedly rejected? Was this what was born out of it? No, let's do something then bigger than the Super Bowl.
A marketing play?
Let's do a season-long story arc where I date a star player.
This is a great conspiracy theory right here. I've not heard this. Is this out
You
there
haven't
now?
heard this.
No,
I
no,
told
no,
you
no,
this- I
no.
told you this
No,
2
no,
weeks
no,
ago.
no. Wait a minute.
Why is the NFL asking networks, and by the way, too obliged, reportedly ESPN and NBC obliged and ran free commercials for this movie? What is going on here? Why would the NFL be so invested in that movie?
Are you willing to go down the greasiest and most brilliantly evil path of the NFL did not know how to market to women, and somebody had an idea that was better than the ways they've been doing it? Let's invite Taylor Swift over to what we're doing, and we'll create a soap opera, because it's all scripted, right? The NFL every week, we know it to be scripted, all of it.
I wanted to believe in what Travis Kelce told us, that he obviously pulled a move. I tried to pass a note to her at her concert. She wasn't interested, and then maybe Taylor Swift reads that. Oh, damn it!
We were already there. It's not just about the name. We were there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
okay. But I wanted to believe in that. Okay, he's a charming man. Hosted SNL. He's a superstar. She's a
So it's
a
all
gigantic
fake?
star.
Now you guys are all
I
in
didn't
on
wanna,
fake?
I didn't want to believe that.
She's a cheerleader and he's the cap. Yeah.
The whole thing.
It was good.
I believe it. I think it's real. I think they're.
I wanted to, but the NFL asking its network partners to run free commercials for Taylor Swift's upcoming movie.
No, but wait a minute. The thing that Mike said there that makes the cynicism.
I feel like it's the end of a Saw movie right now.
But it's there.
And Carrie Elways was in on it the whole time.
There have been 10 Saw movies. 10 of them.
It can't be true.
It's got good reviews.
Saw X.
There's 10 Saws. Haven't we seen?
Boo! What? I'm sorry. I thought that was the loser game show sound.
No,
It's
I hit the Knicks. I thought it was funny.
No.
Fun with grammar.
No.
You know what?
Who betrayed me? Who was it?
I hit the Knicks.
You portrayed the
Yes.
I hit the Knicks.
Mike's been my ally all
Mike's
day.
been.
Look at where he's a good girl.
He's an ego monster. This is why.
Not an ego
Yes,
monster.
you
I've
are.
been chill the entire friggin' show. I've just
Chill?
been bubbling
Chill?
because then we were gonna. I said, don't go to Amin's dreams. They go nowhere. They're droning, and
They're not droning.
nearly as interesting as he thinks they are.
They are incredibly interesting, but also I am.
What did you do? You went right to it.
Yeah, you know why? Because he knows good content.
No, he just
20 years on
just
air, Mike.
Look, he got me. He just pokes me with a fork.
It's not the Mike Lebatard show. It's the Dan
No,
Lebatard
sometimes
show.
he thinks so, though.
What is that supposed to be?
I'm just saying.
What is that? I think it's the Mike Lebatard show.
I'm looking
It'd
at
be
the
the
name.
Mike Ryan show, wouldn't it?
Yeah, wait, did Mike take
Could
his
be,
last
that'd
name?
be a good show.
Oh, he'd take his last
That'd
name.
be
I
a
know.
good show. That would be a good show.
I pour my heart into this shit. Okay? I have for 20 years. And I don't know if you've noticed, but things are changing around here. I'm getting more involved again. And right, I'm trying to elevate us. And you're not doing me any
As a
favors.
company.
You're putting me in a box, man.
I don't want to
You
know
in
the
a box?
Yeah, you're putting me in a
Put
box.
you in a box.
Yeah, you're putting me in a box.
I'd prefer the power struggle be won so you can inform us on Messi instead of getting to what he thinks.
I'm not
is-
playing your game. Just give me the dream, man. Dream, man. Tell me your dream.
Messi's not playing a game either.
Tell me the goddamn dream.
Not for Inter.
Tell him the dream.
I
Go
had
ahead.
a dream Matt Canada would get fired, and turns out someone might have made a burner account to try to make that happen, Dan.
Is it real?
Look, she's helping. She's helping.
I can't.
That's why you give her the Hakeem Nicks laugh when she makes a joke, because she's actually helping. Instead, we're just spinning our
We
wheels.
should
without
get to the
Jess.
dream. Get to the dream. At this point, you should get to the dream.
I already told you I forgot to dream.
Okay. There it is.
Wonder what Willow's dreaming about.
We've put her to
Nothing.
sleep.
Nothing.
We put her to sleep.
She's dreaming about bacon bits and
Treats.
shit like that.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
Shit I have to take.
You're right. Again, you were right. Okay, Mike, congratulations. His favorite words, better than I love you. You were right, Mike. Amin's dreams go nowhere as content because What?
Now you're going along with it?
Well, but I mean, we went 12 and a half minutes and we never got to the dream.
Because I didn't say it.
Because
they never, how can it go anywhere when it's not allowed to live?
30 minutes of running a meeting, getting all these thoughts, trying to produce the best show, and it went nowhere today. Just a show that was nothing and all fluff. What's the dream?
Sometimes it's super tough to fit working out into your fall schedule. Between back to school, work obligations, family, and the return of football, fitness often falls down your priority list as a result. But your fitness shouldn't fall into that trap, especially if you're spending your hard-earned dollars on it. Enter the Peloton app. Motivation that moves you, hooks you, and works for a variety of budgets. At Peloton, your routine should never feel routine. Flip the script this fall by tapping into Peloton's endless variety of exercise options with Peloton Bike and Bike Plus. From intervals to club banger rides, your workouts can go from can't face to can't wait. Plus, Peloton's not just a class, it's a fitness entertainment mashup that'll have you whooping along at the top of your lungs and telling your friends afterwards. Plus, it really works. 90% of Peloton households that join at the start of the year are still active 12 months later. Unsure? We've got you. Try Peloton Bike or Bike Plus free for 30 days. Not for you? Return it for a full refund. Find your zone with a 30-day worry-free home trial of Peloton bikes. Visit onepeloton.com/home-trial. In football, the fourth quarter is where the magic happens. It's where games are won, where champions are made. And in business, it's where sales teams become legends. That's why HubSpot built Sales Hub, to give sales reps the deal-making tools they need to win their Q4. Sales Hub's prospecting workspace organizes your schedule, goals, and to-do list in one place to save your team precious fourth quarter time. And Smart Sequences help sales reps close deals faster than ever. So get ready to dominate Q4 with Sales Hub. Learn more at hubspot.com/sales.
Dan Le Batard.
You know what a razor is, Dan?
I do not know. I don't know what a Motorola Razor is.
You don't?
No.
I bet you had one.
I did not have one.
Really? Well, let's walk through your phone history. What kind of phones
I
have you
never had a
Let's go
Motorola
backwards.
Razor. I did not have a Motorola Razor.
What was your first phone?
Ooh.
Not a Motorola
Telegraph
Razor.
machine? After that.
The Motorola Razor, Dan, was the one that was like really, really thin, that it flipped over, but it was like as thin as like a razor blade. That's why they called it the Razor.
What is a telegraph machine?
I don't know. They had one in Downton Abbey.
Stugotz.
The Titanic, stop. Has sunken, stop. John Jacob Astor, stop. Is missing, stop.
You think that was my phone? You think that my first phone was the Titanic's emergency signal?
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Every time this man is on with us, we objectify other men who are playing professional football, their body parts. We're not doing that this time. He's the host of NFL Network's Good Morning Football. It airs Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And Kyle, I am not only proud of you, if that sounds condescending and parental, but I am just so happy to see the people on NFL Network clearly enjoying themselves doing television. I have viewed NFL Network for a long time as an entity as being repressed, not merely conservative, but repressed. So to see you come out in the morning with the energy of a morning show and the enthusiasm and passion for football, you're giving off a vibe there that I believe is both electric and contagious at the network. You tell me that you felt it change around you to watch the NFL Network go from repressed to borderline joyful.
Man, I'm genuinely flattered. I didn't think we were going to start the show like with a very special moment. Thank you for the compliment. I'm incredibly touched. You know, I typically, before I come on a show such of this stature, I like to prepare a half an hour before I come on. I like to, what are my thoughts going to be on the big headlines? And about a half an hour ago, I started to do that for this show. And then I said, what am I doing? They're not going to ask me the standard BS headline stuff. We're going to have something nonsensical about body parts. And yet you blow my hair back with a very nice compliment, which I will take. And I agree with. We do have fun on there. We're not mouthpieces. We're not statues. We just let it rip every morning, Dan. I thank you for noticing, just like you guys.
So can the Bengals turn it around?
Hey, can the Jets get to the wild card with Zach Wilson? Let's get right to the core of the matter. You know what's funny, Dan, is when we started our show in 2016, so they bring in an outside production company. The NFL had never done that before. And they hire this brilliant Michael Davies from Men in Blazers and all that. And he brings in these 4 people and they sit us down, and including me, who is not an insider, did not play in the league, and is not an anchor. I don't know what I was doing there. And we're like, fun. We're going to be the fun show. Just wacky stuff and irreverent and pop culture and all that. And we did that for 3 days. And on the 4th day of our show in 2016, Colin Kaepernick took a knee. And then we just talked about freedom and First Amendment and soldiers, and it all went away after like 3 days. But we had a great run.
The reason that you were there is your chin. That's the reason that you were there.
That's the reason. Hey, I'll take it, Dan. We've talked about the likes of Paul Posluszny, who has an incredible chin, obviously Hall of Famer Howie Long. And sometimes when I'm shaving in the morning, I don't think of my wife. I don't think of I think of you and you guys down there who have given this chin more attention than I think any chin has gotten probably since Jay Leno. So again, it's all flattery today from you. I love it.
Do you think that, I don't know if you think this to yourself, because while you're a fun person, you have respect for the sacred, and Bill Belichick has obviously been very successful for a long time, but I do think it's visually funny to see him on Sundays a little bit wet, losing, and with cuts over his lip because he shaved poorly in the morning. Some of the genius is wiping away in front of us in a way that makes me both uncomfortable and delighted because it's funny.
Looks like he shaves like Crocodile Dundee with a knife, just drags it across his face. Maybe the same knife he uses to cut off the sleeves of the sweatshirt. If you're going to dress like that, you got to give an immaculate shave. You have to pick one. If you're going to look like you're huddled around a barrel fire with fingerless gloves and looking for some soup, that's fine. You got to have a clean shave. And if you're not going to have either, you have to have at least a decent team. And you cannot be the greatest coach in team sports history, uttered it with the same people like Red Auerbach and John Wooden, and your team sucks, and your quarterback sucks, and it's not new, and it's not changing. So it's like, I said this yesterday. I said, is anybody in Boston going to go with a chainsaw at Bill Belichick this week? If there was ever a week you just had the worst loss of your career. The team looks so bad. It's not the weird coaching thing like last year where you just said, screw it. I'm going to just break the mold of coaches. You brought in coordinators. You drafted. You got your quarterback in his third year. The team is terrible, and they have zero identity. So at what point are we like, hey, Bill, was this just like you were a bad Browns coach and then ran into some sort of like Disney character and Tom Brady for 20 years and he held you up? Because it's starting to look like that. The chapters of the book are being written in the Belichick book, and like chapters 30 and 31 are these terrible Patriots teams after Brady left that don't look like they're changing. So yeah, I think it's time.
Time for what? Because a Boston radio show host said after week 2, fire him.
Is that true?
Yes.
That sounds like some show.
That is true. Taking the take where the take has never gone before. You understand that part of the culture now is you got to get to the take before everyone else. It's got to be louder. It's got to be bigger. So fire Bill Belichick week 2 is about as outlandish as it's going to get in the cathedral of Boston sports.
Remember, Dan, when it was just about being right. Like if you were right on a take, you're the best. You're the cream of the crop. Now you have to be not only first right, you have to be the only one who's right, like the only one. So you have people swinging out of their shoes, especially at times like the draft and the start of the season, to be like, listen, when Will Levis is a Hall of Famer for the Titan, I had it, and I'm the only one who had it. So it's making for ridiculous takes. I don't think they should fire Bill Belichick. But if I was to have a beer with Bill, I'd say, Bill, why are you still doing this? What is there to prove? You look miserable. The team's terrible. You own a boat. You have nothing to prove. Why don't you just retire or maybe make a power move to have your kid take over? I don't understand why he's still doing it. And I'll tell you this, I think he can't stand Mac Jones. I can't stand him. I think he turned out to be not a Belichick type of player. I think he's soft and whiny and inaccurate. I bet if you sat down and had 3 or 4 gin and tonics with Belichick, he would rip Mac Jones to shreds. That's just my intuition. But I'm telling you, and I'm getting the same thing from Brian Daboll and Daniel Jones, I think he can't stand his quarterback, and they can't hide it.
Okay, but his view is distorted by 20 years of unprecedented play at the position. Like there is no one who could have stepped into that position who Belichick wouldn't hate because they're going to pale by comparison.
It's like the rebound relationship, right? It's just this beautiful marriage, beautiful. They had 6 kids together. They had wonderful vacations, they bought beautiful jewelry. And then he just starts dating this young brat from Alabama, and it's never going to work. You're right.
Snore.
And yet, like, we've seen it, Bill Walsh and the Niners were able to move on with that organization. It's not impossible, but it just doesn't happen much. And I don't think Mac Jones is very good.
Can you explain to us why the quarterback evaluation, to me, seems to be something that is so unscientific, giving a lot of money to Daniel Jones or For example, we've gotten it wrong on Jared Goff, I think, because I don't think anybody thought he was terrible at the beginning, and then McVay gets him, and then McVay sends him away. And I thought, a lot of people thought, well, that's it for Jared Goff. He can't be the system quarterback for Dan Campbell. Why is it that we're so bad with the evaluations at this position? Why is it that everyone missed on Tom Brady?
Well, you put it perfectly. The Goff example is exactly that. Number 1 overall pick, him and Carson Wentz go 1 and 2. And after 10 minutes, we're saying, oh my God, Wentz is a Hall of Famer. And Jared Goff is so bad and so boring. He's like the hummus of quarterbacks. He's completely uninteresting and not that talented. And now we can't lose. And listen, Dan, let's pull from the headlines. The biggest one, we're past Brady. The biggest one is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy hasn't lost a game. I'm almost offended by the way Brock Purdy handles himself. That, like, there's been guys that all of us come into the league and we root for, and they're good guys, and we hope it works out, and they just are disasters. Brock Purdy is making the NFL look so easy. He doesn't even have an interception this year. He's never lost a game, and he was this little farm boy from Iowa State that no one gave a crap about. And now, like, Shanahan wields him, and, like, I think they're going to go 17-0. So why is it so bad? I don't know. But it's supposed to be the time when it's never been better. All the analytics and the interviews and the combines and the recombines and the pre-pro days, and yet it's never been worse, even at the top of the draft. CJ Stroud looks incredible. He's with the Texans, and he doesn't blink. Just doesn't blink, and everyone's like, nah, I don't like him. I would never take him first. He looks great. It's never been worse. Too much information. I see gesticulating from your crew. There must be some CJ Stroud fans in the crew.
There's a couple things going on. One of them is you just said the 49ers were going to go undefeated. I don't have a lot of people saying that. That's a thing that you believe. You believe that no one will beat them?
I mean, I'm talking out of my ass, Dan. It's October 3rd. Maybe they'll lose a game or two. They look like the best team in football. I'll tell you that after 1 month.
But the other thing they were excited about, and I can tell Chris Cody more than the rest, okay?
What's he got?
When you hit Goff with the hummus of quarterbacks, not only did he get hungry, he wanted to go down the list of let's do foods for every quarterback. Let's go ahead and have this, because I happen to like hummus. I don't think that hummus is
a bit uninspiring,
is
Dan.
Plain or terrible, but okay. And Lucy,
I like Jared Goff. He's just fine.
I feel like Lucy didn't like you disparaging hummus, but also wasn't willing to take a stand on behalf of hummus.
I've been in an accident.
Okay.
I'm sorry to see that.
It's been rough.
But let's go ahead and go with Dak Prescott. What food item would, and you couldn't have prepared for this 30 minutes ago, though it probably would have been better if I'd given you some heads up on it. But
his game.
That's okay, Dan. I would say Dak Prescott is the sizzling fajita platter. It's like you're always turning heads, and it's a lot of attention. But at the end of it, it's like a lot of smoke, and like the meat is kind of overcooked, and the vegetables are kind of oily. It's a big attention getter dish. It's supposed to be healthy, but it doesn't actually taste that good.
This is a good game that we can play with.
Come on,
do all 30 others.
No,
go ahead.
I'll go around the league in a second. Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Previous incarnation, previous highest paid quarterback Joe Burrow, not Joe Burrow this season.
All right. You got places like this in Miami. You go to the steakhouse, and it's not just enough to get like the filet or the New York. It's like, give me the Wagyu grass-fed $400 6-ounce steak. It's all fancy. It doesn't even come with a side. The plate is 20,000 degrees. If you touch it, you're burned to the bone. It is delicious and tender, but maybe a little too tender, as we're finding out, and a lot of substance to go with some really delicious flavor.
Kenny Pickett.
We're really going to do all of them. All right.
Kenny Pickett is, okay. He's at the airport when you stop at the grab and go, and it's like one of those chilled Caesar wraps.
Oh,
it's like it fills your stomach. It's a little expensive. It's not terribly talented, and they're like, "Hey, how was that Caesar wrap?" And you're like, I'm not hungry anymore. It's okay. I don't know. It's just Caesar wrap.
It makes me not want to eat anymore. Ryan Tannehill.
Oh man, he's worse than the Caesar wrap. Yogurt There's this fruit on the bottom. You got to be patient to get down to the blueberries. And it's a yogurt that's not even that chilled anymore. It's a little bit warm. There's a congealed factor over the top. Like you're like, I guess I'm having yogurt. And then you dig to the bottom and there isn't any fruit. It's just plain vanilla, and you were deceived because you thought it was good. And that's the yogurt, I would say.
Patrick Mahomes.
Pepperoni pizza. It's the best in the game. It's been the best in the game. It never disappoints. Occasionally you get a little too eager, get a little ahead of yourself, and you burn the roof of your mouth like they did again the other night against the Jets, but you're never disappointed to see it. There's a lot of red going on, and it's just, you finish the crust. You don't even mat the grease. You don't even want it. Just let them be. That's the sidearm throw. It's going to be greasy. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be delicious.
Even when it's bad, it's good.
Exactly. It's Patrick Mahomes or sex. Even when it's bad, you're still having it, right?
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson is Dippin' Dots. You know what Dippin' Dots are?
Yes.
It's the ice cream of the future. And you go to the carnival, and there's these little ball ice cream things, and you're like, what the hell is this? I'll buy $12 for Dippin' Dots. And you're like, I don't know. It's not that good. I'd kind of rather be having normal ice cream, but damn, it does have that on the marquee, the ice cream of the future, and I'll spend some money and I'll check it out. Dippin' Dots.
Are you well aware of how good you are at this particular game?
This is a fun game.
Tua Tagovailoa.
All right. Tua Tagovailoa is I think he's like a sushi roll, like some sort of like a shrimp sushi roll, where it's like, you think, I'm not into sushi, I'm not for it, and you're like, just try it. It's actually delicious. It's covered in salt and there's deep fried things in it. It's mostly rice. You're like, wow, who knew that I like sushi? I'm a 44-year-old man and I just started liking sushi. It might be the best food I've ever eaten, and it's pretty healthy for you.
Josh Allen, finally. Josh Allen, one of your favorites.
Oh, yeah. Josh Allen, just big old barbecue, baby. Just smoke it on the grill, smoke it on the smoker for 12 hours. It's meat. It's heavy sauce. You know, I went to college in Wyoming. I'm a place called Firebaugh in California. Not Fireball, Firebaugh. And just give me some big old beef spare ribs.
It might be messy.
Might be messy as hell. It might burn yourself, might overdo it. The brisket gets a little dry sometime, but it's always great. It's always saucy. And it's like anything you're eating off of a bone, that sounds gross, but who cares? That's like, you're always happy you're biting something off a bone. Josh Allen's always fun to watch, even when it's not good.
He is the host of NFL Network's Good Morning Football. It airs Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And also he's the host of 10 Questions with Kyle Brandt. That podcast is available on Spotify and YouTube. Not around here enough. We'll play it with you again, various positions the next time you're on. Food items. This is your new segment here, okay? Your new segment is comparing football players to food items. Good seeing you again, Kyle. Before he gets out of here, do you guys want him to do anything for you? Last time he was on with us, I believe he did a flex as the camera came into him on behalf of the audience. Is there anything that you guys would want Kyle to do at the beginning of Good Morning Football on Thursday or Friday that would be just for our audience and just for you guys?
I love a good cartwheel.
Well, wait a minute. That's hard to do.
Listen,
it's got to be more subtle than that.
When we open the show, I'm sitting there at the table, and it's me and Jamie, Jason, and Peter, and I'm always looking. And last time I gave you guys a nice tricep flex, and I held it for like 5 seconds. So I'm going to limit it to some sort of body display, whether it's a tap on the knee, a rub on the nose, a bicep. I'll do anything for you guys. You're one of my favorite shows. So
a salute. Give us a salute, Kyle.
Okay, they want a salute and a hand run through the hair is what they want.
Salute to the hand run through the hair. I'll do it tomorrow morning. Just watch. And I'm going to do the hell out of it. Like, it is not going to be subtle at all. And it's for you guys. Love you.
Good talking to you, Kyle. Thanks
Always.
for making the time.